Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Who's going to be the first person to join us? Hello. Good evening. Say hi, somebody. Hello, Monica. Good evening. How are you? Nice to see you. You're the first to say hi. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. For me, good evening. I can see that you've joined. Good evening, good evening. As you're coming in, guys, please do the honors and share. Good evening, Esther. How are you? Chidi, good evening. Good evening, Oriyomi. Good evening. Nice to see that you're all joining. Thank you very much. Oriyomi, thank you. Thank you, Faith. Good evening. Nice to have you all. Hello again for me. Joy, good evening. Okay, good evening. Good evening, everyone. It's evening here in Kyiv, Ukraine. I know it's afternoon in some places. Monica is saying that it's still afternoon in London. That's fine, Monica. Good afternoon then, Monica, just for you. Hello, Pastor Edwin. Good evening. Good evening, good afternoon. Olani, good evening. How are you? Good, good. Brenda, good evening, good evening. Tonight, the first program of tonight, we're having a book review. The book review is always insightful, so I can't wait. Especially this topic today, or the title, should I say. The title of the book. Have you seen the title? The title is intriguing. Something that we always try to run away from. Problems. Wow. Look at what the title says about problems. Everyone tries to run away from problems. So I'm really keen to hear what this book is all about and learn more about it before I get it. So this is a great opportunity for everyone to do so. Learn a little bit more about the book and then purchase the book. It's already available. So guys, without further ado, please share, and invite your friends. Don't just share. What I find is that when you share with your friends, when you share and you invite friends individually, they honor your invitation and they come and see what you're watching. So why don't you do that? Okay, Fumi says, bought my copy today. Can't wait to read it. Well done, Fumi. You're an upstarter. That's fantastic. Well done. Well, we will start the review soon, so you will know a little bit about what the book is about even before you read it. Vivian, good evening. Good evening, everybody. Thank you. Please start sharing. I haven't seen anybody share this broadcast yet because Facebook hasn't told me that anyone has shared. So if you haven't shared, please share so that I will get a notification and say that it's been shared by so. So please do that now, everyone, please, so that more people also can join us. Kingston, good evening. Akpesin Nola, good evening. Olukaide, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. So, I'm going to turn the camera around. Dr. Sunday is ready and raring to go, so I will not delay him any further. I will just turn the camera to him.
Hello, everyone. I hope the volume is good enough and you can hear me. If not, please let us know immediately. Good evening. Of course, tonight we are going to be talking in 2 hours' time about the prostitution of tithe and offering. I'm not going to touch the topic right now because it's coming up in the next 2 hours. But before then, we have this series today. And tomorrow we are going to have another series, which is Kingdom Fruits. Kingdom Fruits is coming tomorrow, and we have a surprise for you. Who is going to be the hero of tomorrow. Tomorrow's hero is going to be, at this time tomorrow, we're going to be inviting Anastasia McDonald, a woman that in less than 1 year of getting to know Pastor Sunday, who has produced 5 television shows, 5 or maybe even 7 television shows. And live broadcasts and all kind of things, all kind of products. She has all kinds of drawings. She's got all kinds of notes. She just exploded. Anastasia McDonald has exploded all over the world, all over the internet. But that is tomorrow at this time. And in the next 2 hours, we are going to be continuing the topic, prostitution of tithe and offering. But right now, like I said, we are going to be switching in and out. One day we'll do fruits of the spirit, like we had, fruits of the kingdom, like we had with Ayeni yesterday. Another day we're going to do book. Another day we're going to do fruit of the kingdom again. But in the evening, we are going to constantly be talking on one topic, which is that of the tithe and offering, the prostitution of tithe and offering. That was really explosive yesterday with so many people coming there. But today, we have this book. Can you see it? Is it big enough?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear enough? What an amazing topic. What an amazing title. Where there is problem, there is money. Where there is problem, there is money. Where there is problem, there is money. Okay, so what do I want to tell you about this book here? First of all, look at the cover. There is a quotation there that I got from one Indian guy who caught it very well. His name is Manoj Arora. Manoj Arora has done a good job by capturing in a single statement what I'm writing about in this book. So what did he say? He says, exactly my language, exactly what I've written in the Bible, which goes on to tell us that, what I've written in the book and what I've preached on, which goes on to tell us that God disperses his knowledge all over the world, and anybody who is hungry and desperate enough for God can catch it. What Manoj said is, do not focus on money. That is absolutely true. Do not focus on money, but most people that I know just focus on money. Everybody wants to talk about money. They want to focus on money. They think that money is what is the most important thing in the world. But this is the downfall of the Western civilization, and is the downfall of capitalism and the Western nations. Right now, the Western nation is built in such a way that you are only assessed and credited by how much money you have. In fact, your significance is basically mainly determined by how much money you make and how much money. So your money, mainly it's money that's determines significance. And now, not just Western countries are pushing this, but all other countries, developing countries, are buying into this. So it's like your significance is only money. If you want to talk to anybody, try to talk to anyone in any country, they always tell you that the only problem they have is the problem of money. Excuse me. Help me with the tissue and the handkerchief. And the tissue, the handkerchief. So the impression that people create, and especially people in the world create, is that, not just in the world, even Christians, everybody, is like money craze. So in my own philosophy and in my own understanding of the kingdom, I try always to play down on money. I always push forward purpose and vision. Vision brings provision. Vision is always more important than money. But people don't get it. It's like nobody really talks about it anymore. If anybody does, nobody is hearing. Everything that everybody wants to talk about is money. Money. How much are you worth? How much are you making? I'm going to that job. Why? To get a good salary, to get good money. I am going to that school. Why? To get a good salary, to get a good job. I cannot do this because I don't have the money. I want to do this, but I don't have the money. Money, money, money. I see money is a big deal. We are overrating money in the real science. Money is not such a big deal as we think. But even if it were to be a big deal, we are not being told where it resides and how to conquer money and how to make money your slave. And that is what this book is about. This book will first of all teach you how to relate to money as a byproduct, how to see money as not a big deal. So Manoj Arora says, do not focus on money. Instead, focus on problem that needs to be solved for the world. He got it just right. And you could tell that this person is not somebody that has been sold the Western mindset. This person is not the person that is being driven by money concept like in the West. He knows that there is something more significant than money. And that thing that is more significant than money is problem. Problem is actually more important than money. I told you one thing already that is also more important than money, which is vision. Vision and goals, mission, goals, and vision are more important than money. But another thing that is more important than money, which this book is about, is problem. Because problem is connected to money. And problem is the root of money. Problem is a source to money. So he got it right and he said, instead of focusing on money, do not ever focus on money. Focus instead on a problem that needs to be solved for the world. Money will follow you as a byproduct. He got it just right. And this is what I'm talking about in this book. And I never even heard about him. I was just looking for the right quotation when I got to see his quotation. He got it right. So another thing you will see about this book is that, can you see the cover of the book? Look properly. You should see something very interesting in that cover. Did you see that in the word problem, there is a zero, or there is a zero there, right? P-R-O, there is a O. So that O that is in the word problem is connected to the O in the word money, because in the word problem you have one O. Then in the word money you have another word O, letter O. And these O are connected like a ring. They are married to each other, like husband and wife will marry. So problem actually breeds money. Money comes out of problems. So many of us who are running away from problems, what we don't know, that we're actually running away from money. But on the other hand, most people that I know who are afraid of problems are always running away from problems. They are always looking for money on the other hand. So on one hand, you say you are looking for money, but then on the other hand, you are running away from problems. Anybody that is running away from problems will never have money. So one of the first things that this book will teach you is that for you to have money, and to not just have money like salary and be, running from the beginning of the month to the end and, trying to survive. But one of the real things that this money will teach you is to embrace problems, is to fall in love with problems, is to begin to look for problems. It is people who look for problems that do not just have solutions, but that breed money. They create money. They produce money. They manufacture money. Amazing stuff. So, in this book, I'm going to try to talk to you about some of the topics in this book. I'm not even going to talk about all the chapters, but just some sub-chapters. One of the sub-chapters here says, the rich make money out of problems. That is confirmation of what I just told you. The rich make money out of where? Out of problems. So they don't make money out of grand. They don't make money out of job. They make money out of problems. For example, we have a region in Nigeria that is called Niger Delta region. I don't know if anybody has heard about that, but that is the region where they have the militants that used to kidnap people and the militants that used to bomb up Nigeria oil installations and things like that. So the people of Niger Delta often will say, give us our oil back. Give us our oil back. But they forgot that that oil that they are asking for was there, and they blame the Shell and other multinational organizations that are extracting the oil and distributing the oil and selling the oil. So my people are all crying foul and saying, no, they are cheating us, they are doing this. So what happened to the oil when the Shell company and the Chevron and all those Western companies were not there, when they didn't come? Before they came, what happened? You had the oil there. The oil was on your ground there during the days of your grandfathers, forefathers and fathers, and you didn't even know anything was there. You were just fishing, that's all. Because you didn't have the know-how to solve that problem, to extract the problem. And we are talking about Nigerian federal government. Why did we give the money, the contract to foreigners? Why are foreigners taking our money away and taking our oil away and then selling them back to us in finished products? Because we don't have, because without them we will not extract the oil. Go eat your oil. Go drink the oil. Same thing with Ghanaians and Africans. I've heard them say, oh, they take our gold and then they bring it, refine it. They solved the problem. But they took it from us for cheap and then bring it back, and sell it for us more expensive. It's your problem. They solved a problem, the problem that you couldn't solve. You had the oil, gold, but it was not making you money. Same with cocoa. You have the cocoa and say, oh, but they bring up back chocolate and they sell it more expensive than we sell them the cocoa fruit. Because you didn't have a mechanism to solve the problem of refining that cocoa. They did. That's why they have more money. But you only grew it. You didn't do anything. You didn't solve any problem. The earth itself solved the problem by growing the cocoa. The gold was there in the oil, in the sea or in the ocean. You didn't solve any problem. You just went and picked it. The oil was there already on the ground. The person who solved the problem are the ones who refined, who went to take it. You didn't solve any problem. It was just there by nature. Where there is problem, and you are the one we were the one, our governments were looking for them to come and solve the problem for us. Because we don't invest in how to solve problems. We rather invest in how to sell, in how to talk, in how to do anything, to enjoy, to buy. But we are not investing in how to solve problems. That is one mentality that must change in Africa. We must stop talking about money. We must stop talking about how much resources we have, or natural resources. We must begin to talk about how much problems we learn to solve. Where are we skillful? How much skills we have to resolve problems. And that is why the subject that we did yesterday, the fruit of the kingdom fruits that we presented yesterday with Olani Ayene, was wonderful, because coding, he wants to set up coding in schools so that the children will learn to solve problems. Why is it that our graduates are looking for job? The only reason why our graduates are looking for job is because they have not been trained to solve problems, to look for problems by themselves and to solve it. But they are looking for jobs. Because it is easy to look for job. In fact, if you are really a problem solver, you don't look for job. You don't ever need to look for job. You only need to look for job because you are, sorry for that, your mind is docile. So the first thing, one of the first things this book will teach you is The rich people make their money out of problems, become an expert in looking for problems. But when I first heard something like this, I was thinking, okay, there is a problem there. How would that money? How will the problem be converted to money? What is the connection? How will problem become money? But the reason why you have that question is because you have not educated your mind. The way it will become money is through conversion. And if you've been listening to my series, there is a whole series on conversion. There are 3 ways that the money will become, the problem will become money. It will become money through conversion of time. It will become money through labor, maximization of labor. It will become money through, the ability to convert invisible energy and invisible wisdom, understanding, knowledge to concrete products. So the ability to convert problems to products is how it will become money. So the question I have for you, which is in this book, is how do you respond to problems? Let's talk about you. Let's talk about that right now. How do you respond to problems? I know how you respond to problems, because that is how most people respond to problems. You are afraid of them, or you are scared to death about problems, or you run away from them, or you hate them. If you've been around Pastor Sunday, you say that I only live from one problem to the other every day. My whole life is about problems. And let me tell you what I've discovered. Each time I'm not in a current problem, I know I'm in trouble. If there is no ongoing problem in my life, I am in major crisis. There is no greater crisis in my life than lack of problems. It is when I don't have problems that I have the biggest challenge. Because when I don't have problems, I relax. When I don't have problems, I don't just relax, I fall into the trap of comfort. When I don't have problems, comfort zone consumes me. When I don't have problems, I am not pushed. When I don't have problems, stagnation comes to my life. When I don't have problems, in fact, when you don't have problems, there are so many destructions and there are so many evils that are happening around you. There are so many degradations happening in you, you don't even see. When there are no problems, you have the process of entropy happening. And you don't even notice it, that entropy is setting into your life. So what is your attitude to problems so far? How do you respond to problems? Let's start with that. I have a book in Russian language that is called Hello, I'm Searching for Problems. Now it's in English. It's going to come. It's already out. I've already released it. I'm just waiting for my assistant to release it on Amazon for you guys. You must get that book. Hello, I'm Searching for Problems. That is the title of the book. That is the mentality of people who are superior. Superior mindset. In fact, the reason that what has made me famous in Ukraine is only becoming one. What has made me to be successful in Ukraine is because I see all the problems of Ukraine as my problem. It is my challenge to provide answer for every problem of this country. And I have systems in place addressing all of them. If it is war, I have people in the war zone. If it is corruption, I have an organization dealing with it. If it is political problems, I have 3 political parties we started. If it is anything, drugs, we are working with it all the time. If it is marriage, we have whole organization, textbooks, everything being used. If it is children, I have 10 books about children. If it is anything you want to mention, anything that is a problem in this country, I've already adopted them. So And the same thing is going to happen in Africa. That's why I don't have problem in Africa, about Africa. I'm not even worried. Because we are going, that is the attitude of a winner. And that is the attitude of the kingdom. Anything that is a problem in the society where I am, that thing is a problem. Because it's going to be my challenge right now. And that's why I always say, anybody that comes across me, 50% of his problem is already solved, unless he's blind and he's deaf, he cannot hear me. 50%, why? Because 50% I will give him the keys to solve those problems. That's my action. The other 50% is for him to obey, to do those things I'm telling him. Either he does them or, he doesn't do them. He throws away the key. So how is your response to a problem? How do you respond to a problem? In one of my teachings, I told you the story about the shoe company Bata. How a company first of all sent people to Africa to look at the market for shoes, and then the person came back and said, they don't use shoes in Africa, no shoes here, so we don't have market. There's nothing we sell because nobody even understands what shoes. We will not sell. They don't even know the concept of shoes. So no business. The guy just went back home. Then another company sent another representative to Africa to find out. And that one said, yes, it's true. There are no shoes in that continent. Nobody uses shoes, and they don't have the concept. So all of them don't have the concept. All of them are walking barefooted. But he said, if we could convince them and teach them, that's the key. Opportunity. He's seeing the problem not as a mountain. He's seeing it as an opportunity. So he said, but if we could teach them, we're going to make a whole lot of money. That company was insignificant in Europe. But in Africa, it became one of the biggest companies in the world. So how do you see problems? A wise man looks for problems, doesn't run away from problems. Before I continue, I want to hear one of you. Either you read the comments or any one of you comment on what I've said so far. Then after that, we'll continue. Okay. Mrs. Shorunka wants to talk, right? Can you sit? Where are you going? No, let us sit. Just change it to your side. And don't leave it. Just move the chair a little bit beside. That's it.
Yes, good day everybody. Good to see you guys coming up and listening. As I was listening to Pastor Sunday, I was really thinking about one of the statements that he made. He was saying that we are so used to wanting to sell products that are complete, rather than using our minds to develop products that actually have great need. And it's also baffling to me too that products are extracted from our land and we just watch it. We watch it go and then we watch it come back for us to only buy it. And I believe that a lot of these products that we are actually buying, we could make them. I mean, if the raw materials are coming from our land, if it's coming from the continent of Africa, I mean, I don't see any reason why they need to be shipped out again, modeled and everything, and come back to us. And one thing I noticed when I first got to Nigeria, my very first visit to Nigeria from England, was I was so shocked that a lot of the things that were made for us from abroad didn't actually work very well in the continent. There was always some kind of mishap. Maybe it rusted quickly. Maybe there was no understanding of actually how to use that in our country. And I saw a lot of things packed here and there all over the place because they just broke down. So some of these things, if we had made them ourselves, we already know how our country is. We know how the people are. We understand the things that we need. And since we have a lot of people outside the continent of Africa, we can also make for the rest of the world, because we have people all over the world that can tell us, if you're making this product, this is how it would work in this country, this is how it would work in that country.
So I believe at this point, from like the testimony we heard yesterday of the gentleman that is doing coding, I believe that there are going to be more people. I will be one of those people that will be coming up now to answer questions and bring solutions in the area that I understand to our continent to help it develop, because we can. And I believe this book that Pastor Sunday is sharing with us, when we go through the book, it will actually give us tools, because he talks about, because we don't have the know-how, we don't know how to. We have the raw material, we have the wealth, but we're not really trained to think about how great we can make things from our products. But then again, I won't even use that as an excuse, because many of us are abroad, and we know, we're educated, and so we know that there are certain things we can do at home because we have the raw material at home to do it. So I'm really looking forward to definitely reading this book. I really believe that there will be tools in there to help us to move forward, to appreciate and start working the other way around, that Africa will be the one that will begin to produce products for the world, because we can. We have the raw material, we have the brain power, we just need to know how do we do this. So I'm pretty excited about the book review. Thank you very much, Pastor Sunday, for that.
Thank you. All right, before I start reading your comments, I just want to answer the question that how do you view problems? I'm personally somebody that view problems in a negative way. Problems for me is got a negative connotation. I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be involved in anything that's a problem. And I also realize that what Dr. Sunday is saying, that actually stunts my growth, my physical, mental growth. Because if I'm not actually solving any problem, I'm not doing anything, I'm in a space where everything I'm doing is things that I already know, then how can I grow? So understanding that my growth is dependent, is linked, just like the problem is linked, the chain is linked to money. My growth is also linked to me solving problems. It's a real eye-opener. And to view problems as a positive thing rather than a negative thing now is going to be a total mind shift for me. I already know that, actually being in this house, that there is no problem, no challenge is a problem. Everything you have to address, deal with it face on, head on. I think you would remember one time where, there was something happened, and Dr. Sunday did say that I wanted to sweep it under the carpet. That's exactly how I deal with problem. If I see that something's a challenge, it's like, no, don't worry about it. Just forget it. And he highlighted that. He said, no, why do you want us to sweep it under the carpet? Why don't we deal with it? And I realized that, yes, that's probably one thing that I've actually stunted my growth. And it's now really clear to me from this book review that is running away from problems that have actually caused a lot of my problem, or a lot of the things that I'm not happy about myself, because I'm not willing to solve problems. To me, problem is a problem, well, not a problem. Problem is negative. Even when I go to church, it's like, you shouldn't have problem as a child of God. You shouldn't have problems. If you have problem, it's demonic. Problem is not a good thing. So I'm really pleased to hear this. I have been living it in the last few months, but not knowing, but also knowing as well as living it. I think it will speed up my understanding, and also it will speed when you understand something, when you know where the challenge is or where you need to address, then obviously it makes more sense and you'll be more aware to do something about it. So I'm really pleased about this. Thank you very much. I know we haven't finished yet. There's more to come on this. I think Mrs. Banjoko wants to say something as well. So I'll let her speak before I read out your comments. I'm interested in your comments. You've got some really good comments about problems, so I would like to read it out soon. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Sunday and Adelaja. This has been very insightful. I just want to add a different perspective to this. For those of us who work in organizations, especially those people who work in HR, or talent acquisition, you will know that any organization, any global organization worth its salt, will always interview people or look out for people who are problem solvers. No organization wants somebody who will come and work for them that will just become complacent or just, take everything business as usual. So when one is even looking for or going for an interview, there's always a mindset to be a problem solver. So I find it very interesting that how come when we go to work with other organizations, not for our own projects, our own God-given visions, we want to appear to be able to be quick at picking up things, quick at solving solutions and things like that for somebody else. I find it interesting that we're not looking inwardly or looking at our countries or looking, around ourselves to see how we can be problem solvers, in different organizations. So I see someone said I should speak up. Sorry about that. I always have a very low voice, a low tone. So basically, I'm just saying that it's amazing that we can do this for other people and not for ourselves. So I find the book very insightful. I think it's fantastic to have a book that will teach us or talk to us about looking for problems, which is the answer to making money, because they are linked together. Organizations want somebody or people who can do that, because that is where the money comes from. Their job is to find answers and solutions for problems around the world in different spheres and different fields. So if organizations can think like that, why aren't we thinking like that? I think it's high time we start to think like that all around us and do it. One more thing to add. For many of us in the UK or abroad, you find that we look out for organic products. As an example, we look out for things that haven't been, haven't been with or involved with too much chemicals and things like that. But you find the opposite very often where you're in Nigeria or Africa, any other African country, where we have the concept that it is those things in tins, the ones that have been imported, are better. Meanwhile, the ones abroad are trying to get our fresh products. So as an example, I think it is high time people start to ship out more of these fresh products, look at more ways to send things over that have not been polluted by chemicals and other things like that, instead of waiting to just buy imported goods and imported things that are in tins that have been full of chemicals, So, it's insightful. I look forward to learning more about the book and knowing more of how to look out for problems which are all around us and solve them. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm going to start reading out your comments now. Vivian says, how do we get the book? You can get the book on Amazon. It's available now, so you can get it on Amazon.co.uk or .com. Amazon, you can get it. And Joe says, lack of problem automatically leads to dormancy. Yes, that's true. Okay. Finn is already answering from Amazon. Thank you, Finn. Answering that from Amazon, saying that from Amazon. You can get the book from Amazon. Jake says, running away from problem will result to getting into more problems. Yes, that's true, Jake. Exactly. Okay, Mr. B said, please ask Mrs. B to speak up. DSA revolution. Finn says, DSA revolution is all about solving problems and not ignoring challenges. Yes, Finn, absolutely. And Finn, nice to know that you're back home. Rochelle White, okay. Elizabeth Ali says, thank you, Queen Oyinlola. Okay. Yes, Oyinlola is telling Elizabeth Ali that the Kindle version is available on Amazon. Paperback yet to be released. Okay, thank you, Oyinlola. Florence is saying, she's watching. Thank you, Florence, for watching. Please invite your friends. I look at problem as an opportunity in disguise. That's Roland saying that. Gift says, bless Mommy Sharon Care. Okay. Seeing problem as an opportunity. That's Gift again saying that. Yinka says, you're right, sir. The more problems we solve, the more we realize our potential and become better. We must go out of our comfort zone and start looking for problems to solve. Well said, sir. Elizabeth says, okay, it's all right, Elizabeth, we've solved that. Curtis says, nice shirt, sir. Chinelos, thank you, okay. Curtis also said, word. Jake says, if we constantly think and search for problems, on a daily basis, we will be full of hundreds of business ideas. People will even consult us for business ideas. Yes, Jake. Irene says, that's right. I become overwhelmed with the problem, then I give up. But since listening to you, I'm overcoming this weakness. Well done. Omonike says, people always run away from problems. Personally, I'm afraid of problems. Laugh out loud. True Talk Pastor, that's Oluwa Yemsi. MJ says, the rich people make money out of problems. So become an expert in solving problems. Words, sir. Jake says, we are not even able to discover the oil self. That's in Nigeria, I suppose. Okay, True Talk, somebody is saying, tell us more, Brenda. Very true, sir. MJ gives his knowledge. Vori says, yes, sir. Man of wisdom, DSA. Gives says exactly. Greeting. Okay, that's just greeting. Just want to read the comments about this topic. Okay. Problems and money are in an intimate relationship. That's Pastor Nikki saying that. Jake says, mission, goals, purpose, problems are all important than money. Irene says, yes, if you focus on the problem, money will follow you. No, the books are coming on Kindle Daily, okay. Thanks, Pastor Sunday. This is a wow, Vincent is saying, bless you, sir. Oluwadara Simi says, hello, okay, one at a time. Okay, Finn is saying he had a wonderful time in Kiev. Thanks to everyone. Okay, I think the rest are hello. Okay, that's it.
Let me use this opportunity to talk to DSA family members and say you have a unique opportunity to be given the platform to shine and to profile yourself to the world and to get a platform to amplify your significance and to underline your difference. And that is by coming on this platform with me. I will do interview with you. We'll talk about what you are doing. I introduce you to the world. But only if you are doing something. These are for people who have started doing something with the knowledge that they have gained from Dr. Sunday Adelaja since they started coming on the platform. If you have any product, if you have anything at all that you are doing, and you want to share with us, please write to VIP@GodEmbassy, one word, godembassy.org. VIP@godembassy.org. Okay. So where there is problem, there is money. If you are running away from problems, you are running away from your money. You are running the opposite direction. You are looking for something and you are running on the other side. The thing is coming towards you and you pick right on the other side. That is what most people do who have not changed their mindset, who have not shifted their paradigm to knowing that where there is money, where there is problem, there is money. Today, because of lack of this understanding, millions of Africans are running away, risking their lives, running away from Africa. It's because, of course, there are no opportunities. I know why people run away from Africa. I didn't run away, but I got scholarship and I left Africa. Why? Because I didn't know this knowledge. and nobody's, well, you know, and I didn't have opportunities to even get to know it. So lack of opportunities is killing our continent. Whereas right now I want to go back to Africa, because where there are more problems, that's where there is more wealth. That's where there's more. Let me tell you some of the more money. Let me tell you some of the topics in this book. You want to hear this one?
Yep.
This topic says, stop looking for jobs. Look rather for problems. Stop looking for jobs. What you should look for is problems, not jobs. Because people who look for jobs are limited. People who look for problems are superior. People who look for jobs are always servants to those who look for problems. People who look for jobs always depend for somebody to pay them. People who look for problems are not looking for somebody to pay them. They are looking for solutions. And it is people who look for problems that employ people who look for jobs. But our educational system is geared towards training people, and not, this is the way it is. This is Uncle Sam's system that set this up, the world system that set this up. It's set up in such a way that you will be looking for jobs. Our educational system is not set up in such a way that you will look for problems, but it's set up in such a way that you'll be looking for jobs. So you are only utilities. You are only, what do you call that thing in the bicycle? Spoke. The tire. You know the tire? You have all the spokes. Is it spoke you call them? This thing that hold them on, like line, the wire like this. In the bicycle, the wheel, but it has this thing inside, this little spoke or poke. What do you call it? Maybe somebody is writing it.
Does anyone know? Let's see. No.
They are writing. They will write this. Spec is not a poke. Yeah, I remember it from Edomila.
It's poke.
Spoke, yeah, spoke.
You remember it?
Yeah, no, you don't even know it. I never traveled from out of Edomila, and I knew what that was.
I don't know.
Well, you people are living in England and America and everything. You don't know what is a spoke. Now, how for you? And I wanted to just reconfirm because I've not seen that. Spoke.
It's on Google.
Spoke. It's on Google.
Spoke.
Yeah, spoke. Yes. Those are spoke. Come, let me show them so that they know what is spoke. You didn't know what it was? What it is?
I didn't know.
Yeah. I used a spoke.
Yeah, I didn't know what
It spoke. It's called spoke. Spoke is not just when you speak and spoke. These are spokes. You see, these are spokes. You see. This is from Google. Huh? You got it. Google. Yeah, these are spokes. So I was trying to confirm, is this spoke? Because I was remembering from when I was 14, 15, 16 in Idobila. Spokes. Yes, so the reason for the spokes, they are not significant. They are not playing significant role. So we are.
It's to hold the wheel.
It's to hold the wheel. It's just for the system. It's working for the system. The spokes are only holding the wheel, and they are not significant. Nobody notices them. That's why you don't know the names. That is why you in your country, you live in England, you live in America. Your country, your government doesn't know you, that you even exist. They only know you exist by your tithes, by your tax that you pay. You are just a spoke. Most of you are just a spoke in a wheel, in a big wheel. The wheel of... Yeah, all of you are spoke, but I cannot be a spoke. I'm not a spoke. You are not a spoke? Why do you say that? You're just confessing. But I'm not talking about confession now. I'm talking about reality. But in my own case, I'm not. You turned the light from me. Maybe you turn the thing back. Yes. If you are not a spoke, then you should be the wheel itself. Either you are the wheel, or you build the wheel, or the sitting place, or the steering, or the handle, or you have to be something if you are not a spoke. So most people who go to work and who work for salary, they are just spokes in the Uncle Sam system. So for you not to be a spoke, you've got to look for problems. People who look for jobs are only spokes. They're only spokes. So, but if you stop looking for jobs, it means you are taking your life in your own hands. And you are saying that, no, I don't want to be a spoke anymore. I want to begin to look for problem. What problem? How to create the bicycle itself. I'm going to look for problem of the motion itself, not just being satisfied being a spoke. So if you don't want to be a spoke in somebody's system, somebody, funny thing. Have you ever heard of people who tell you that they are bankers? No, in Europe, it doesn't happen here. At least in Ukraine here, people don't call them bankers. In Western world, too, people don't call them bankers. But people in Nigeria who are just some managers and some clerks, they are saying, "Oh, we are a banker." You are a banker? Make you come up for road. You banker. You are just a spoke. You are not needed. You are not. If you just misbehave tomorrow, they'll just throw you away. They will pick another spoke and put in your place. What do you mean you are a banker? You are not a spoke only if you leave the bank collapse. Then they collapses. Then you are not a spoke. Only if you are the one who brought up the technology of the bank, or people work in the hospital. I'm working in the hospital system. I'm a doctor. What doctor? Doctor is just. It's like nothing. You are just a spoke. How you doing now at the hospital? So what are you talking about? Did you set up the health system? You are talking something. So most people who go to school, they don't go to school to become human beings. You think they come to become human beings? No. They only make you finish high school, university, sorry, to become a spoke now. What do you think? To become a human being and be looking for problems to solve by yourself? No, who wants you? You have to set yourself free from being a spoke and become the one that designs a system of health system. I am going to design a system when I get to Africa. I'm going to set up a system that is going to resolve health issues. Even though I'm not a medical doctor. But you are a medical doctor, you cannot do it. Why? Because you are just a spoke. Or the computer, for example, I'm going to design something that will rival Facebook and they will do better. I've already designed it. I have the design in my place right there. Why? Because I'm not a spoke. But you are working as an engineer in that Facebook too. And you are saying, oh, we are Facebook. You are nothing. You are nobody. You are just a spoke. Now somebody say, oh, I'm in the educational system. What system? You are a professor, a teacher, a university lecturer. Make you appease yourself. Make you be consoling yourself. You don't. What did you set up? What are you producing? What are you graduating? People who become significant like this are the people who know that they are not going to school to look for job or going to work to look for job. You must stop looking for job and begin to look for problems. That's what it's all about in this book. Go in search of problems. What do you think? What else could have? That's another topic here. What else could have promoted a slave boy from the prison dungeon to prime minister? The skill in solving problems. What else could have made a slave boy in Babylon from being deprived of everything, being a foreigner and ruling their foreign life? The skill of solving problems. Finding job is easy and it's for lazy people. Not lazy in the hand though, lazy in the head. You remember my adage, the Ukrainian adage that I told you about the other day? It is only empty head, dead brain, dead head, empty head that is always forcing the legs to go to work, to be running at that scatter. And the hand, empty head compels the legs and the hand to begin to look for what to do. Because it's empty. People who have substance inside, they don't run up that scatter. They sit down and utilize the mind to deep down into solutions. And other people without head they are the ones who will be running that scatter with their legs and their hands. But the one with the substance inside, they sit down and tell the ones with just the legs and hands to be running a tasketer for them. For a lot of people, like I told you the other day, their brain, this head, it's just the burial ground for the brain. That brain has been buried long time. Is the coffin, this head here. Yeah. It is the coffin. This head is the coffin for the brain that was supposed to be working. Yes, because they don't use it. They don't make it. It's been there a long time. It's just it's sealed up here. It's buried inside. So, but it's what happens to you when you run away from problems. When you run away from problems, your brain becomes dead. And once it's dead, that your head, skeleton, the skull, it just becomes the coffin, the burial ground for that brain. It's buried there. For some people, it has been buried 30 years ago. For some of you, it has been buried since you finished primary school, secondary school. For some of you, since you graduated from university like that, that thing became burial ground for your brain. Your brain don't die, finish. They don't bury out. The only thing that is left that you are using that hair to do now is your, hairstyle and, baba and all that stuff. It's only the baba that is reminding you that you still have hair there. Otherwise, you are not using it for anything. And that is what happens to people who don't look for problems, who are running away from problems. So this book will deliver you from that syndrome of running away from problems, and you begin to run to problems. I have another one. Like I said, hello, I'm looking for problems. For you to say to think like that and live like that and not just say like that, you have to be somebody coming from another world, from a superior place. And those are the kind of people who must begin to raise up in Africa. And to me, it's not a problem. Any problem, even including this one, is not a problem because we are going to solve it. So when I'm talking about Africa all the time, I'm saying I'm going to solve the problem. I'm going to solve because I am a lover of problem. I know what it gives me. So we are going to solve this problem of raising up people who are just job seekers. We are going to stop raising up these job seekers. We are going to begin to raise up problem seekers. It is only problem seekers that can bring about development. I mean, look at the history of how people came about playing, submarines and ship and cars. People were giving their lives. People were dying in the process because they were, they were problem chasers, solution providers. So finding a job is for lazy minds. It's not for creative people who want to bring solutions and who want to, solve problems. But once they begin to solve problems, money comes. Money is not even a big deal anymore. Stop focusing on money. Focus on problems. And money, you just even, like me, I never even see money. I can walk and live for months and not even see any money. I don't even see $1. Because it's not the most major thing anymore. The major thing is the problems that you are solving. And I'm targeting problems every day. I'm looking for new problems every day. So the next question that I'm having for you is one of the topics of this book. What problem or what problems will cease to exist because you lived? Mayowa, that's something I want you to think about. What problem or what problems will cease to exist because you are here, because you lived? And some foolish people, I'm sorry for that, will come and brainwash women and tell them that, you have given birth to children now. That is the thing. You have fulfilled all obligations. How can people be so foolish to begin to tell women to die? That they only have to go and sleep with some people and have some children, and then that is the ultimate. And some of them who are not even married up to now, you are putting rubbish into their head and telling them they have to go and pray for husband. In fact, some foolish so-called ministers also, foolish Galatians ministers, they are also going about organizing, some meetings for husbands and children and things like that. They have just reduced these women to goats and animals. Because it is goat and dogs and cats and things like that are supposed to be just giving back, no science for existence. Nothing tangible to do on the earth. We have reduced them to dogs and pigs and things like that. They are just supposed to sleep with some male folk and mate and just be giving birth and giving birth. When God gave a woman a brain, just like he gave a man, he said of everybody is created to resolve a problem. And we are telling them the problem you have resolved is that you got pregnant. Some male slept with you. Then if that is the meaning of life and the definition of significance, let's all become cats now. Because any cat will beat any woman to it. Even though cat might live only 10 years. But for that 10 years, or 15, it will give birth to more children than you, woman, even if you live for 200 years. Let's all become pigs. They are the ones who bring, in one pregnancy, will give birth to more children than all your years of 70 years on earth. Let us think deeply. Let us begin to make use of our mind. That both men and women were here to bring solution. Not with our body, not just with our penis or some private part, but with our mind. Don't let us bury that mind and turn into burial ground and we're carrying about for the next 50 years. That's why this book is written. Let's begin to raise a new generation of people, men and women, that will be searching for problems, that will have record by their name. That this is the problem. This one was resolved because I lived. This one was resolved. I mean, can you imagine somebody, the person that found penicillin and aspirin and all those things, Panadol, all those things. A problem was resolved because he lived. Other problems, other issues. People are alive. I mean, we are living because some other people lived. And we don't want to live. We just want to enjoy what other people have created. What an empty life. What an insulting even thought. So what are the problems that are going to be resolved on this earth just because you lived? That's why this book was written. Where there is problem, there is money. But money is even the most, I just put that money just to attract you because that's what you are interested in. But something more significant than money is the solution. So from today, stop worrying about about money. Stop worrying about money. Start getting more worried that you don't have problems. Start getting more worried by looking for more problems or so. That is the thing that should really be concerning you. My own big crisis comes when I don't have problems. So you know somebody they call Smith Wigglesworth. He's the one who says that when I don't have problem, I begin to create problems for myself. And all of us should be like that because he's a personality. He's a great man. He knows that when there is no problem, that is the big problem. So he began to create problem for himself. And one of the one of the ways, the keys to creating problems for yourself is to ask questions. Question everything. And that's why my series on analytical thinking and the art of thinking, question and things like that will help you. question everything. That is how you find problems, through questioning. And if you are working somewhere, don't just work with a job. Let that your job or work be an opportunity for you to learn what new problems to discover. Let your problems and jobs your work and job lead you to discovering new problems. And of course, new ways to solve those problems. Many other things I could talk about here in this book. But anybody let him that have here, one word is enough for the wise. The next time you see problems, begin to jump and rejoice, not fall into depression. Because the next time you see problems, there is money there. And let me tell you quite frankly, you, on this earth, you are not really needed if you are not solving problems. You are not needed. Who will take you for a job, even for a job, if you are not going to solve their problem there? You are irrelevant without problems. So take that book for yourself. Let's hear what people are saying.
Guys, I take that question very seriously, that what problem am I going to solve or on this earth
with your life?
With my life. I take it very, very seriously. And this will be my life cause now, what I would daily, even every hour ask myself. And the last thing Dr. Sunday said about we're not really needed. It's true. We're not needed if we're not solving any problem. It's absolutely true, even though it sounds harsh, but it's total true. What is the point of being on this earth? To come, eat, have children, get married, and go back without solving any problem. Just consume what other people are solving. It's very difficult for me to even think what is happening right now. But it's true. We're not needed if we're not solving any problem. We are actually problems to society if we're not solving problems. So let me read your comments, because I'm sure that you've got things to say. Okay, Wally says, we look for finished products. We don't look for things we can build and finish ourselves. Absolutely. Chidi says, I love problems because it makes me stronger and wiser, and I hate problems because it comes with great pain, sometimes almost kill me. Now you know better, Chidi. It shouldn't kill you. You should kill that problem. Solve it. Vivian says, thank you, Maiwa. Oh, thank you, Vivian. The book is not on Amazon. I've checked. It should be on Amazon. Curtis Anthony says, good evening, okay?
It's not that it should be, it is there.
Yeah, it is. It is. Check it again, please. Gift says, Nigeria is very good at running away from problems. That is why men...
My relative here is saying, do you mean I'm a smoke?
Somebody's trying to confirm if she says smoke or not. We're all spoke until we prove we're not. Nigeria is very good at running away from problems. That is why many choose to travel out of the country, either by air or sea, as an alternative. Even the president himself, president himself, choose to go for medical care instead of providing a good medical center in his motherland. Spoke. The Sunday said even the president said spoke. Oluwa Yemisi says, is there anything like spiritual problems? No, Yemisi. And how does that one lead to money making? Forget spiritual problems, solve problems, give blessings, laughing. Okay. Sonny says, hi, Pastor Sunday. I love watching your program. Keep it up. Okay. Jake says, stop looking for jobs. Look rather for problems. Oriyomi says, stop looking for job. Jake says, people who look for problems employs those who look for jobs. Yes, that's what Dr. Sunday said, and it makes sense. MJ says, spoke. Amachi says, spokes. Akomalafe says, spoke. Start looking for problems to solve. Oriyomi. Edwin says, spoke. Julius, you're right, sir. A spoke is in the wheel. Yes, Olayemi says that. Success. Ojo Pelumi says, sir, how can the educational system be redefined to shape the minds of students to start solving problems, creating jobs? Ojo Pelumi, Dr. Sunday says that you should go and read the book. Then you will discover how that can be done. And you can create that as well. That's a problem right there for you to solve. So go ahead and solve that. Oriyomi says, Ewo. Amachi says, haha. Oluwatope says, lol, oh Lord. Oriyomi says, God deliver me. I quit Uncle Sam with immediate effect. Elizabeth says, until you become the owner of the bicycle, you are a spoke. Chai. Roslyn says, I refuse to be a spoke. I refuse to be a spoke. MJ, they say I'm in the medical field. Ha ha ha. Whenever they go back to Africa to deceive people, ha ha ha. Spokes. MJ, you laughing at other people. Okay. Jake says the most popular village is DS's platform. So that's Idomila. Okay, he's well, Idomila is the most popular village. Oriyomi says, I'm out fast. MJ says, Queen Liz. Oh, okay, somebody that you've seen. Hi, Elizabeth, very nice quote. King J, okay.
Remind them 99 45 minutes we are coming for the
yes, guys.
prostitution.
Guys, we're coming back, as you know, for our discovery session, which is the prostitution of tithe and offering in the church. Oh gosh, yesterday was the first one, and you know, I don't need to tell you. You have videos you can watch, and you can come back for the second one today. It's good in the next 45 minutes. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure you are too. Monica, so have been a spoke all along. Now, wow, please God help me or be a problem solver. Amen. Elizabeth said, I used to pray for a banker as a husband.
Who is that?
Elizabeth. Why don't you pray that you are the one that owns the bank? She's laughing. She says, good evening. The Olodo gives us that the Olodo DSA finish me tonight. Oriyomi said DSA finish me tonight. Hello, Papa. Okay. Chai, so like Mrs. Chai. Elizabeth's got sad face. MJ Chai, DSA, we done today. Oh Lord, help me. Ha. Amaji says ha. Gibbs says, oh my God. Rosalind Chai. Jesus is Lord. Oriyomi says that. Ah, Oluwa. Monica says, Pastor, thanks PSA for giving us all this information. I'm thinking seriously not on what problem I can solve. I'm thinking seriously now on what problem I can solve. This is really serious. This is really serious. So, give blessings. Says
It's a real problem.
In the Indian hair. Ojo says, "Come on, oh my goodness, that was Nike." The skull could become burial ground for the brain when it is not used. Yes, Jesus bami. Nike says, "Jesus bami." OMG, Olodo Rabata Chai, Chineke, that's MJ. Oriyomi says, Sister Nike, I feel you. Bamio, Gibbs says, Bamio. Elizabeth says, love our problem, Chai, DSA, today na yabbing day. Please yab us with love. So people like me will begin to dig deeper into the coffin. That's Chinwe. Vivian said, looking is a full-time job to solve problem. Yes. Jane says, people who become significant in life look for problems, not jobs. Yes, that's DSA's quote. Well done, Jane. Vivian says, Elizabeth, some people just want to have a peaceful life. Oh, yes. People like me. Gift says, thanks for reviving my brain. That's Gift. Joy says, this is very motivating. That's Dorcas. I am looking forward on applying, on how apply it in the ministry. So she's looking forward to how to apply in ministry. Dorcas is saying that. Jake is saying, what problem or problems will cease to exist because you leave? That's the question for me and you. That is a key. What problem will cease to exist because I leave? Elizabeth Alice says, that woman problem, I will solve it. Well done, Elizabeth. Rosalind, what problem will cease to exist because you leave? Another one saying, DSA's words changes everyone. Gift saying that. Oriyomi says, baby manufacturers. That's a quote. Include. Yes, she's laughing. Gladys says, hello, sir. Okay. Gift says, we all are created to solve a problem one way or the other. It must not be only DSA. Yes, Gift. Absolutely right. MJ, DSA marriage counseling is a ministry now, sir. In fact, convention even. I must marry 2017. MJ, I must marry 2017 is a convention. Okay. That's in England, I suppose. Jake says, survivor instinct mentality is killing Africa. Oh, Uforma says, strong words today. Oh, Elizabeth says, a woman is more than a wife or a baby manufacturer. Yes. Give says, you can say that again, Queen Elizabeth. Akwesiola says, wake up my brain. Elizabeth says, Queen Amy is really sad. A problem must be solved because I lived. Yes, right, Jane. Elizabeth says, a woman is more than just a woman. Yes. Joyce says, God help me to start living. Ufoma says, my brain is going on overdrive now. Jake says, survivor instincts. When mentality. Thank you, Jake. Very creative. A woman has a multi-task brain than man. That's Florence saying that. Oriyomi says, question everyone at DSA, which is the question that what problem will cease to exist because you lived. Kel says, I'm sorry, both men and women should strive. Okay? Jake says, I suppress my survivor instinct mentality. In fact, I put you in a box. As he says, you are not needed on earth if you are not solving problems. That's DSA, absolutely. My brain has begun to receive life since I started listening to DSA. That you, DSA, you are my divine helper, or you help me to help someone. All this I know. Gifts is saying that. Elizabeth says, irrelevant without problem, chai. Oluwa Tope says, my own big worry comes when I don't have problem. Pastor Sunday Adelaja, that's your quote. Is that book available on Amazon? Yes, it is available. Jumi says, medical research is a £1 billion industry and it's all about solving problems. That's right. Finn says, all the books needed to be put on Kindle, please. It helps to get the book immediately. Finn, that is in action right now. Gabe says, this so profound. Oh my God. Yinka says, if we are not solving problems, we become problematic. Absolutely. Charles says, a spoke president. A spoke president. Laugh out loud. Always the capital of the world, the Domina. You also said the capital of the world is the Domina. Yes, absolutely. We agree, especially on this platform. Gregory says, oh my God. Nikki says, here is the link to the book, Where There Is Problem, There Is Money by DSAs. Yes, there's a link. Thank you very much, Pastor Nikki. Or just say, okay, sir, lovely shirt on by DSA. Nice color print, African patterns. Okay, Ojo. Yes, Dr. Sunday. Welcome, Wemima. Okay. Elizabeth. Pastor Nikki says, if you need any of DSA's books, just type Sunday Adelaja's book on Amazon.com or OkadaBooks.com and you will have it all on the list. Okay, thank you, Pastor Nikki. Spoke leading spokes. Oriyomi says that. Okay, spokes never lead spoke. I think that the ones that lead it are the spoke. Okay. Oriyomi, everybody, thank you very much. Turn to Dr. Sunday now.
You know, this is a major, it's not a small problem. It's a major question, because if we have the right attitude to problems, like the book has said, we will not have all those people in churches. The reason all those people go to churches is to just waste their lives and their time being there many days a week. All those mountains, conferences, all those things, is because they are trying to escape from problems, you know. They don't know they are supposed to look for problems. In fact, some of them are even going to churches to look for money. They don't know they're supposed to go to problems to look for money.
Go to problems.
Yeah, because the money is hidden in problems. So all these churches, they're just, I don't know what they have been teaching people. They have just messed up people's... so some people are saying, come to church. And the reason is for people to escape problems. Instead of them to say, go away from church, go and solve problems out there. I kick people away from my church. I kick people away from the pews. I kick them away. I push them away. Go solve problems. Anyway, 40 minutes to go for my next message. The problem of, the prostitution of tithe and offering the church. Please, everybody, go and write something for your friends. Go and write something to all your friends and begin to invite them right now for the 9 o'clock program in the next 40 minutes. Get ready, go drink some things, but get ready, go and be creating problem for yourself by inviting people and let people be blessed. God bless. Bye.